Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tony D'Angelo, and welcome to my home. I apologize for having been absent from the YouTube community for the last 2 months, but I woke up one morning with this idea that I needed to move into a big house. And kind of like a if you build it, they will come thing, but I really didn't think it out too well. The first thing you have to do is look at a bunch of houses and decide which one you want. That's not fun. Then you have to pick up every single thing you own, put it in a box, and then put it in some kind of vehicle and move it to the new house, take it out of the vehicle, take the box inside the house, empty the box, and find a place to put everything that was in the box. And that's a lot tougher than it sounds, because in your old house you knew where everything went. In your new house you have to make 10,000 decisions. I would have been online last week, but of the 318 boxes I moved, I was unable to locate the charger for the camcorder. My bad. I think if I ever have to do this again, what I'll do is get married first and let my wife make all the decisions and confine myself to the heavy lifting. Well, anyways, I apologize, and we're back. And today we're going to cook something called Caribbean cheeseburgers. This dish comes to me from an old friend of mine I met a long time ago down in Marathon, Florida. Let's get to it. Okay, for today's meal we are going to need some cheese. You can use whatever kind of cheese you prefer. A tomato, an onion, an egg, some garlic, and about 1.5 ounces of raisins. And you're also going to need some kind of roll. I prefer a Kaiser roll, lightly toasted. We've got what we call here a meatloaf pack, which is available in your local supermarket. And that contains a little bit of ground beef, a little bit of ground pork, and a little bit of ground sirloin or veal, depending on where you go. That saves you a lot of time. I know you can make your hamburgers out of just regular old beef if you want, but why not take the extra effort to do it a little bit more special? Because remember, when you cook for somebody, you're telling them you love them. Okay, what we're going to do now is mix up 1 egg, a tablespoon of garlic, and 1.5 ounces of raisins in our mixing bowl. And guys, please remember to wash your hands first, huh? Okay, we're going to start out with 1.5 ounces of raisins. That's an equal amount to one of those little snack boxes that your mother used to give you when she made you lunch as a kid. Or about 1/4 cup. And we're going to add in just about a tablespoon of chopped garlic, raisins, and garlic. Bet you didn't see that coming. We're going to add in 1 large egg. And yes, I love these dishes because you get to play with your food. Now we're going to add in our meat pack here. These meatloaf packs are a really cool thing. Save you a lot of time. And now we're going to mix it all up and we'll get back to you. Okay, we've mixed that all up pretty good. And now we're going to make it into 4 patties. We're using about 2 pounds of beef here. And that's more than enough to make 4 hamburgers. Okay, now we have our 4 patties. What we're going to do is put those back in the fridge with a little piece of saran wrap over them. And we're going to slice our onion and our tomato. Okay, we've rinsed off our tomato, our fruits and vegetables. We've got a nice sharp knife. Do the same with our onion. You know, with a cheeseburger or a hamburger, it's mostly all in the preparation and the presentation. Nice fresh sliced tomatoes, nice fresh sliced onion. Once you get that sliced, you kind of push the rings out. Oh yeah. Now when it comes to putting the tomato and onion on your food, let your guests decide what they like. Some guys will just want pickles and mustard, some guys will want ketchup, some guys will want everything. What you do is you make a nice tray like this, and you let them pick. That way you're not, you know, nothing worse than having a guest who has to pick something off of their food because they're allergic or what have you, or they just don't care for them. Okay folks, we've preheated our grill to about 300 degrees. Okay folks, there's a couple of rules you need to use when you're cooking on the grill. They're just general common sense rules. Never take your hamburger or your raw food off of the plate and put it on the grill and then put it back on the same plate, because this plate has all kinds of bacteria on it uncooked and you'll get cross-contamination. So once you do that, put that plate aside. Always have a clean plate to receive your cooked food. Okay? Okay, we've got our grill set to 350 degrees. We're going to let that go about 7 minutes. Very important when you deal, now I have this fancy meat checker thermometer here, but you need to use some kind of thermometer when you're cooking these things. You want an internal temperature of 165 to 168 degrees. That's the temperature at which most bacteria dies the farm. Oh yeah. About 6 or 7 minutes per side, guys. And like I said, use the meat thermometer, please. Now, on the cooler part of the grill, we're going to put our bun for just a second. Oh, about 10 seconds actually. That's about long enough. You just want that lightly toasted. Now we're going to check our burger. Yep, he's done. Before we take that off, we're going to put the cheese on there. Close it up. Just for about another 10 seconds. You leave that on there too long, you'll know it. There we go. Off and onto our bun. There you have it, boys. Definitely not your McDonald's cheeseburger. Alright fellas, sorry I was away, but I'm back now. Thank you all for the support. We do it for the viewers and the subscribers. God bless you all. And remember, even tough guys can cook.